Well, friends, we are talking about the spillway this morning, and we have Vickery Dirt back out trying to help us put everything back into place, put the puzzle pieces back where they belong before we get this next round of showers. We have several more inches of rain coming starting tomorrow morning, and we're afraid that if we don't get at least something temporarily set up over here, then we're going to in fact risk losing the entire pond. The little dab of 6 foot of spillway that remains is still doing its job, but we lost the other 6 foot. And so what's happening this morning is we're trying to take all of the clay and rock that they can find and put back into place. And we're blessed with these guys. That looks scary. Hey folks, Lester here. I'll tell you what, have we not gone back and forth with this darn spillway? So blessed to have a wonderful company like Vickery working with us, trying to help figure this thing out. And so you all know that we had the spillway collapse on us the night of the big 9-inch rain. We had so much water coming over this thing that it absolutely collapsed. Y'all just ignore that floating in the water. That's a floater, y'all. That would be a floater. Just ignore that. He has already met his sweet by and by. But we're getting back to the spillway, and this is what we've come up with, okay? Now, bear with us. This is nothing permanent. This is a temporary, what we hope will become something permanent, but we have to figure out what, in fact, is going on with this darn spillway and why is it collapsing. There's a couple of different theories on everything, and I'm trying to figure it out now. But what we think was happening, and this is, once again, this is just what we think is happening, is water was coming over the spillway, which is what it's supposed to do when it gets to a certain depth. Don't forget, you have a spillway, so as water doesn't end up back up on other parts of your property. So water comes over the spillway, and it's supposed to flow down and make its way to your culvert, where from the culvert it goes on out to the ditch and makes its way to the river. But what's happened twice now is that our spillway has collapsed over on this side during those heavy downpours. Now, there are some who would going to suggest that the reason it's collapsing is because the water coming over is washing out the clay, a strong red clay base. And once it washes that clay on down, because that water is going to filter through the rock, once that clay washes down, then that rock just collapses on top of itself, the weight, because there's nothing to support it. And so that is what we think. That's the solution. That's what we think is going on, and that's why this over here might be a better solution. Vickery, who is our hey guys, Vickery has come out and put a tarp over on this side, so rising and flowing water will come down, and as it reaches the other side and starts its descent down the hill, it can filter down through all this rock, but it's going to have this tarp underneath it, so it cannot continue to wash out the clay underneath. We're going to hope that'll work. We are going to hope that'll work. Because if it doesn't, our only solution is going to be to have to go do the similar. Do y'all mind? You see I'm making a video here, don't you? Oh, Ivy. Ivy says it's not going to work. Ivy thinks we're all making a bunch of asses out of ourselves because this is never going to hold. And Ivy might be right. It has collapsed on us twice before, guys. Don't forget. So a lot of the marks in the dirt and the sand over here were caused from all of the equipment coming back and forth today. I'm going to bring my tractor over and kind of spread some of this over here out, because what we don't want to have happen is that rain coming tonight end up washing more of our dirt and sand off of our hill down to the creek, which goes to the river. So we will come over here in a few minutes. I'm going to pick up that old tarp and take care of that. Another piece over here. And I was concerned about one spot over here I want to go ahead and show you. Yeah, now I don't know how I'm going to get over here. This is going to be a hard... This is bad. This is actually really bad. But, so this is actually... This is horrible bad. Now this over here was a part of Lester Engineering that I thought was going to work. But as you can see, that water has also come through here and washed a lot of that out. And it's kind of working its way back towards the concrete on our bridge. So I have to come by and fill that in. That needs to be filled in with cement. It does. That needs to be filled in with cement. But since I can't get my tractor up in there right now, and I don't have bags of cement to do it with, and I don't have time for that to dry anyway, what I'm probably going to do is just maybe take a lot of this sand and dirt, maybe with my bucket on my tractor, and build me some kind of I'll build something over here to help push that water off and down the hill. So when it comes flowing from this hill over here, it'll flow down, and if it does hit my barrier, it'll wash off around it and not go on top and behind my bridge, because that's a washout that we cannot afford right there. That would be just detrimental to everything that we've done so far here at the property. If we lose this over here, that was too big of a project, y'all, and we just cannot lose that. Baby, why are you so needy? What's wrong? This is one of Ellie and Megan's goats, and it seems to be very needy. It has not gone off with our goats. It has separated from the rest of the herd. And I don't know exactly what she wants from me, because I really can't help her. I'm not going to babysit her. All right, well, I have my work cut out for me. I'm going to attempt to take all of this sand, which is also washed off the hill, and go ahead and maybe pack it up and move it over to here to help me with this my own little dam project. All right, my friends, I got my work cut out for me. Y'all join me, though. Join me, will you? Friends, that's disappointing. Oh man, we really thought we had it fixed this time. We thought we did everything right. And come to find out, another, well, back to the drawing boards. Now, my biggest fear is that it's going to continue to eat away with all the next couple of days of rain, and then we end up losing our entire pond. And I do believe if that right there collapses and all that water comes gushing out of there, we'll also lose our fencing over here, might even lose our cattle guard here. I don't know for a fact, but I do think that things might get worse before they get better. But I'll tell you what, that's just so disappointing, because Brandy there at Victory Dirt and I, we talked and we thought we'd figured it all out, y'all. But what that means, for real, what that means is that we're going to have to stop spending money on rock and clay and go ahead and go with cement. So, and then I'm also equally concerned about this over here. the amount of things that have eaten away on this side. But today we're moving animals. We're not able to focus a whole lot on this. This is minor. We'll deal with this later. We just hope that it holds out until all this rain passes. We can go to the next phase of figuring out where to go.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.